Welcome to the channel. This is Brian K. Banda, and thank you for joining me. Thanks for clicking. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. It's the first time. I do so many good videos about tourism and travel around Zambia and beyond. So today, this guy is I'm gonna meet this guy. His name is Mugumya Paul Jnr. He's an Ugandan entrepreneur who is the founder of a company called April Logistics. So this is Mugumya. He is here in Zambia, and I'm gonna meet him. He has driven all the way from Kampala in Uganda, and he's here in Lusaka, Zambia. So I just want to find out how he has traveled, what his travel is all about. Just discuss one or two issues about, because he believes that we can build a good economy as Africans if we take the Pan-African approach. So let's listen to this guy. Let's meet him as he just into Lusaka. We hear what he has to say to us.
Guys, thank you so much for inviting me in Lusaka and welcoming me into Lusaka.
This is the Mugumya I was saying about.
Yeah.
He has driven all the way from Kampala, Uganda. This is a Ugandan registered number. You can see.
Yes, this is the Ugandan number.
This car has moved about 2,500 kilometers from
Actually,
Uganda.
it's more than that. It's over 50k because I did not come straight by straight line. I went through a different route which was not, is via Lake Tanganyika.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I have made about 3,200 kilometers so far to get into Lusaka.
Okay.
It's a beautiful town. People are very nice. Cool town. I mean, I have nothing much to say. I'm here to explore and see which opportunities I can steal. I came here to steal opportunities. This thing is getting a little bit famous, it's quite a very crazy machine. I think maybe the tip I can give is this. When I was telling with guys about trip, the number one focus they put their mind on is the type of vehicle they need to drive to go far. I hear Jeep Wrangler. Somebody says, I would do that in a Jeep Wrangler.
Using an Ipsum.
Well, yeah, of course. But the idea has nothing to do with the type of vehicle you use.
Yeah.
But perhaps only the kind of ideas you want to follow. Because any vehicle can take you anywhere. That's the hard reality. And I think people think of these documentaries they have watched on CNN.
This big machine.
Yes, and you see the Jeeps. In fact, the Jeep is not even good. You see the Land Rovers and Discovery and all those things.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you really have a thing which is scaring you have to do, I think you just have to do it. What else? Nothing so hard.
He has challenged me. I also find the car and I'm driving to Kampala also.
Yes.
Then, so Mugumya, welcome to Zambia.
Thank you.
You're welcome to Lusaka. Since I've been in Zambia.
Thank you for
inviting me. From Mumbala, the north.
Yeah.
You're welcome, and we'll chat more about his journey.
Okay.
We'll chat more and also chat more about, he's an entrepreneur actually, he's a businessman.
Maybe you can go behind, I will stay here so that you can have the full vehicle in the view. You can keep walking, I will see. Keep walking this section.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yes. I hope you can see it all good.
This is the vehicle itself. So it's an April Logistics vehicle, huh?
Of course.
He's the CEO of April Logistics, a Ugandan registered company. And you brought a map of Uganda, a flag of Uganda here.
This is the flag of Uganda, but it's inside. When I open
the brothers in Lusaka now.
It is time driving in Lusaka. I mean, driving in a foreign country and a foreign city is good. But the only thing I like about driving in Lusaka, it is not as hard as in Uganda, where everybody is mad. At least people here are a bit organized and they are caring. In Kampala, you're on your own. If you cannot drive properly, you are gone.
You're gone. Wow. So go left. And we respect here in Lusaka, here in Zambia, Lusaka, we respect people driving Lusaka. It seems that. Now you're scaring me if you say the day you come to Kampala, you will know if you're a good driver or a bad driver for the first time. Or Nairobi, if you can drive in Nairobi, or Kampala, or Lagos, Nigeria, then you are a good driver. Really?
Exactly.
You moved and just tell us about why you have traveled all these miles in countries, Tanzania, Uganda.
Well, maybe
my friends would want to know.
Well,
before that, by the way, tell us just about you. Before the journey, I forgot.
Well, I'm a businessman first of all. I I have been a businessman for 14 years only.
Okay.
So far.
So what do you did in the business you do?
I should call it the last business I'm doing of now, because I started a total of 13 different businesses actually, which collapsed. Until later on, after 2 bankruptcies, I came back and I built a logistics company. Currently, I'm running a company called Apple Logistics Limited, the very one emblem right here.
Yeah.
Here, you know. And I have been running the company full time for about now 7 years. One of the things which I like much in my life is to look for opportunities for making money. And let me tell you, opportunities, they hunt for them. Opportunities never come to you. I think that's why Zambia has so many Chinese and Indians. Indians don't sit home and look. Now, the same reason I always travel around different countries in Africa. So, about 4 years ago, I began to intentionally come up with a plan on how I'm going to drive to explore and see African countries looking for business opportunities.
Okay.
And I think that is why over the past year, about 3 years, we've set up business across. We have business in Kenya, we have business in Nigeria, in my own country, and
which is Uganda.
And the partnership. And I have partnerships with the. You're going this way?
No, this is supposed to be it.
And I have business partners all across the continent now, including Zambians.
And I'm one of the partners.
Oh yes, of course. He's one of my business partners actually. But the message I would always give on this is very simple. Is that one of the reasons why many fellow Africans actually struggling is because they have been lied that East or West home is the best, which is bullshit and nonsense. Home can't be the best unless you've been yourself East and West and you've proved based on your personal opportunities and you are now sure from those opportunities that East or West home is the best, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things I have done over the past years is to hunt for opportunities in my own country. I have been everywhere in my own country, you know. I have as I speak to you now, I was trying to calculate a few days ago. I have made over 32 different investments. I have call them shares or owning parts of business, but I have managed to invest in over 32 different businesses that I don't run myself. But you see, you don't just sit in Lusaka or in Nairobi and then all of a sudden you wake up and things are happening. You have to fight for them. And I think if there is any lesson I always give people is the same thing, is that you've got to fight hard or to make sure we are going left.
No, let's go straight.
You've got to fight hard and make sure that you hunt. The word is hunting. That's why on Facebook I always talk about the so-called jungle economy.
The jungle economy.
In the jungle.
I love those series of
writings. In the jungle, you do not eat if you are weak.
Yeah.
If you stay sleeping, nobody brings food for you. The lion has, and that's exactly, the predators win. In the jungle, only predators win. The same case which happens to us. Only people who are hunters, who are looking at opportunities which are beyond their own house, are the people who actually achieve further. So
just maintain
the idea.
Maintain this way.
Left? This way?
We'll go right, but not here.
Okay. Let me keep right.
Yeah, keep right.
So one of the things which I always say is that because after realizing that opportunities don't come to you, my number one job today, and I think it is my number one job these days, I spend every time awake hunting for opportunities. And I think, and I can say this from experience, in this life, you don't need many opportunities to get ahead. A maximum of one can change your entire life.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky to come across 2 to 3, you become exceptional.
Yeah, true.
And the problem is, by the time you step on one opportunity, man, which can really change your life, you've hunted so much. You know, I have been chatting with Brian when we've been having lunch.
Yes.
About the northern Zambia province. I drove into Zambia via Tanzania, and I entered through Mbala. It's a small town in the northwest of Zambia.
Thousands of kilometers from here.
Yep, thousands of kilometers from here. And the place is just empty. The leaders of the place, they are hunting for investment. They are looking for Zambians who are willing to work there, to do business there, to set up farms, like get jobs and what, and they put even infrastructure. Unfortunately, Zambians are in Lusaka crying for government, and I don't know the name of the ruling party here. I don't know how they call it.
It's called the PF.
The PF, crying for PF for things to change, which is, it means that makes you. But anyway, so I wish I could say more, but all my life I have been to about 14 African countries, over 14 African countries.
Okay.
And after having been to 14 countries in Africa, I have decided that I need to see more. Probably that's how I'm going to become greater. I got into my car. This very car we are driving, which I've been driving from Uganda to Zambia.
This car has come from Kampala. It's very far of Uganda, and it's a home for this guy. So I've been sleeping in this car.
Yeah, for a couple of days. Like
this car is an Ipsum, like you said, the area. You don't need to have a 4x4.
Oh gosh.
Anything. This car has made it from Kampala to here in Lusaka.
Oh gosh. But the point I was getting to make is I decided to get into this Audi car.
Yes.
To drive to 40 African countries. The goal is to reach 40 African countries.
40 African countries.
Actually, the last country I will visit will be Libya. Libya, Muammar Gaddafi's former country, in the desert. I'll be in the Sahara Desert, of course, I will say.
Yeah, okay.
But the reason why I do all this, it's not fun. By the way, it is exhaustive. In fact, I wish I can have over 2 days in Lusaka and just do nothing and rest. Unfortunately, you don't become great by sleeping. Unfortunately. So, I wish I could say more, but guys, Africa is one of the poorest, not just one, Africa is the poorest continent anyway, we all know that.
We know that, yeah.
We are doing less than $3 billion. Sorry, $3 trillion in GDP in Africa. Less than 3. Japan is doing like 6. Twice what we do.
And Japan is a country.
To give you a picture, leave on Japan being a country. Japan has a population of 120 million people. Africa has a population of 1.2 billion people. 1.2 billion. 10 times more. More than doing it. It simply means that one Japanese guy does more than what 20 Africans do. It simply means that one Japanese makes more money in 1 year than what an African makes in 20 years. Hello. And we have a rich continent, minerals, people, and everything. But because we have no entrepreneurs who are willing to sacrifice and do the hard things, that's why we are.
So one of the solutions to prosper Africa is entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
Let him enter.
He wants to enter.
Yeah, he's asking. Okay, so
of course it is entrepreneurship, but you become better by doing some extraordinary things and looking for those very opportunities which can make you better.
What is this guy doing?
He's making a U-turn, maybe. I don't know. Oh, he's entering the other side.
Yeah.
Very fun. That is Africa for you.
Africa for you.
This is the driver of the day, you know.
Driver of the day. So we're in Lumumba Road here in Lusaka.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so glad to have Mugumya here.
This is the taxi rank. You call it rank in here. Also.
Yeah, it's just called the bus station.
The bus station.
City Market. Bus station. We'll pass through. I'll bring you in.
Okay.
You see what goes on since you're a logistic guy.
Okay.
So guys, I'm so happy to have Mugumya Jnr. Paul here. He has been my friend from Facebook for over 3 or 4 years. We just chat about. He's a good business author.
But we don't just chat with him. He's lying to you. He is my business partner. We've done business about 2 projects together before.
Yes.
Not even one.
And we're still doing more.
Yeah.
Actually,
so if he says we are chatting, I think he's lying.
By chatting, I mean business chatting.
Okay.
We don't just chat anyhow. You know what I mean?
We chat opportunities for each other.
We chat opportunities for each other. So I'm so happy that he has finally made it to Lusaka. I've been looking forward for his visit, man. And the message has been heard. We need that kind of approach for us to make it here in Africa. So guys, watch more of my channel, and thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe to the channel. From me and Mugumya, we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Cheers.